Alright, so Amazon a while ago dropped a teaser for a show called Invincible, but now they've dropped the first official trailer, which kind of gives us a little bit more of what the show is going to be like. And you know what? I'm very excited about it. I was excited about it before because, frankly, Amazon Prime, um, they're great with original movies and original shows. But when it comes to animated shows and animated movies, they're slacking a lot, and they're the worst streaming service, I would say, in this department. You know, Warner Brothers has a huge animation library. They got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. Disney Plus, they're working on animated shorts and movies and things. You know, they have all the Pixar stuff. They have a lot of their older works that were hard to find, but now they're easily accessible on Disney Plus. Netflix is getting so much recognition for their animated stuff they're dropping out. You know, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I can't even begin to go into all the Netflix stuff because they've been doing it for years. And, you know, all these other streaming services are doing this. Even Paramount Plus, they got SpongeBob and all the Nickelodeon stuff. You know, it's just Amazon Prime. I'm like, what do you have? And Invincible is a comic book series I've never read. I don't know anything about this comic book series. Um, I probably will check it out, not before the show comes out, because again, I like surprises with stuff. So I know WandaVision is based on the House of M story, but I want to finish WandaVision before I read that story, so the plot details don't get ruined for me, or I come to expect things, you know. Um, but when that show's over, I will gladly go back and read that story. And that's the way I feel about this show. But let's go over what this trailer kind of tells me. I like the vibe in this trailer. It's basically an ultra violent version of Batman Beyond. Now, Batman Beyond, if you don't know, there was Batman the Animated Series, and then when that show ended, there was Batman Beyond, and Batman Beyond was the show kind of set in the future, and there was all kinds of new threats, and then you had Bruce Wayne kind of mentoring a new Batman. This trailer felt like I'm not saying exactly like that, but similar to that, except instead of him mentoring someone, Bruce Wayne mentoring someone, it's a father mentoring his son to be a hero, and J.K. Simmons is doing the voice, which J.K. Simmons is not only a phenomenal actor, but he's a phenomenal voice actor, and I think he's going to be great in this series. And I like this vibe. I like it. It's not like a super futuristic show like Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond was like set in the way beyond future. This isn't. It seems like it's kind of just set in like an average, like kind of superhero city. You see some other heroes that they might team up with. That could be some other interesting characters. Yeah, I just really, really like the vibe I'm getting from this trailer. It's also more mature, but it's not like more mature in like the boy sense where it's gritty and dark and all the blood and the sex and the violence, It's not like that sort of thing, and I do appreciate that. Like, I know people, I haven't watched The Boys, and I know people probably love for me to cover The Boys. Frankly, I'm not going to. I think The Boys is just kind of like, to me. I'm not into normal superhero stories like that. My favorite one is probably Watchmen, but the rest of them kind of like, I don't feel like you could do it in a way that's more interesting to Watchmen than me. And maybe I'll watch The Boys one day and cover it, but for now, I'm not. So, but yeah, so this show is releasing March 26th on Amazon Prime, and I didn't realize this until I checked the comment section. That this show is actually releasing weekly, which I heard The Boys did that, but I thought Amazon was just doing that for their big shows like that, because frankly it just makes sense to do it like that, because Boys is a big show, you want people to talk about it, and so they want to stretch it out more, and I get why Amazon Prime would do that. But apparently they're doing this with all their shows, which I didn't know about, which is a great thing. I've always said these people who whine and bitch about TV shows releasing week to week. And they're like, why isn't it all dropping at once? Why? Because it kills more shows than it actually saves. Because if you can binge it all in one day, you're not talking about it after the week it comes out. You know, how many shows do you see in the Netflix top 10 for a week, right? And then they just leave. And then nobody talks about them. A lot. How many things do you see that happen to? Like, it's a lot. And in terms of a show's growth and success, word of mouth is a big deal because number one, these streaming services don't advertise these shows very well. Netflix does terrible jobs at advertising their shows, so these shows thrive off of word of mouth. Well, word of mouth is good if week to week you're watching it and watching it and watching it, and it becomes a routine for you to check in every Friday on Netflix. Then you want to check out more shows. It is good for success of these shows. So yes, I do think the week to week method is important and we should keep it alive. There's a reason TV shows and cable didn't give it to you all at once, because it's unhealthy and it's bad. You're not supposed to watch 10 hours of television in a day. You're not supposed to. Like, it's unhealthy. So I am a big supporter of this method of releasing, so it also is just more fun for me to cover, right? I'm going to be reviewing this show. What's more interesting? I review the show once per year. I talk about the trailer when it's first releasing, and then I do it for the second season too, and then I review the show the season as a whole when it comes out, right? What's interesting about that? What is interesting about any of that? None of that's interesting. So, frankly, I'm going to be covering the show week to week, and I'm going to be covering it every single episode, which is actually awesome to me because that means three shows I will be reviewing episodes every single Friday. We got Mighty Ducks Game Changers, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Invincible. That's 3 shows that I'm reviewing every single Friday. 3 new episodes across 2 different platforms, and then whatever Netflix original movie, TV show comes out that week, or whatever Amazon movie, Hulu movie, or HBO Max thing that comes out. So I cover a lot of streaming stuff. If you like that sort of thing, like, share, and subscribe. Do all that, and I will definitely be talking about the show in March when it comes out. Man, there's just a lot I'm looking forward to in March. Coming to America 2. We got Solar Opposites Season 2. We got Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm not looking for a Snyder Cut, but I'm going to be watching it. But that's there. Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's just a lot of stuff coming out. And I'll be watching. I'll be reviewing all of it for you guys. Coming next month. Bingo bongo. Which, it's crazy to think we're already at the end of February, but we are. So, alright, bye guys.